Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everyone out there. Hello to all of my kings, all of my queens, my prince and my princesses. Hello to everyone. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I most certainly will rejoice and be glad in it. That's right. I said it. I will rejoice and be glad in it. In my rejoicing, it doesn't matter if it's a good moment or a bad moment, if it's a high moment or a low moment. I'm making the decree and declaration that I will rejoice in spite of whatever is in front of me and be glad in it. I just wanted to stop by on this afternoon just to do a little daily devotional with you. I know it's been a while since you've seen me. However, I've been very, very busy, but I have not forgotten about you guys. I have not neglected the call and the mission. So therefore, I wanted to stop by to do a brief daily devotion. And today we're going to be unraveling, so to speak, Psalms 119 verse 71. That's Psalms 119 verse 71. And I just want to speak briefly and talk about the advantages of afflictions. Yes, that's a scary word, afflictions. No one wants to be afflicted in any form or fashion, but today I want to talk about the advantage of afflictions. I don't know about you or where you might be in this pandemic or in this season of your life. I don't know if this might have been a moment in which you are rehearsing again, if you are an older person, or this is a moment that you've never ever experienced before. But wherever you find yourself in this moment, for many of us, it is a moment of uncertainty. It's a moment in which this season is kind of painting us, so to speak. It's kind of making us feel or forcing us to feel some type of way in this season. But I wanted to come and bring encouragement to the body of Christ, to bring encouragement to the believer in this hour, and talk about the advantages of affliction. As we draw our attention to the Psalms 119 verse 71, we can see that the psalmist says that it was good for me to be afflicted so that I might learn your decrees. The law from your mouth is more precious to me than thousands of pieces of silver and gold. Lady Law, what is you talking about? What is you trying to say? This thing is just too much for me. This is just a bit for me to bury. Like, I'm trying to keep my peace. I'm trying to stay sane. I'm trying not to throw in the towel. And this affliction here is hurting me to the point where I just want to give it all up. So what is you talking about the advantages of being afflicted? What are you trying to tell me, Lady Law? Well, I'm glad you asked, because what I want to inform you on today is that this word is one that is encouraging and it's one that is empowering, because it helps us to know that there is someone that is fighting on our behalf, that we are not in this thing alone, and that the affliction in which we are experiencing right now is one that is going to be of training for us, is one that is going to be a teacher for us, is one that is going to help us to climb that mountain to the next season of our lives. That's right. You're coming out of this, and you're not coming out the same way that you went in. No, you are not. You are coming out victorious. You are coming out more than a conqueror. You are coming out of this situation, this affliction, more wiser. You're coming out more bolder. You're coming out more radiant. You are coming out this thing, whether you believe it or not. I know the moment that you are in is telling you, yes, I'm finna drown. It's telling you that this is it. This is where life ends. But I must inform you and encourage you, my queen, that this is just the beginning. This is the beginning of your new normal. I don't know about you, but I just got excited about that. This is the beginning of your new normal. For many of us, we should not want to go back to what we were, but this is a defining moment for us. This moment is defining who we are going to be and who we are going to be becoming in the next season. The advantage of affliction. The advantage of affliction, it awakens us to serious thought. Now, for many of us, we have been so pressed and so perplexed by our jobs, things in which was consuming and taking up our time. We have been so perplexed by everything that we have not stopped to think or to take thought of who am I and who am I becoming. And for many of us, this has awakened us to the new you, to the new person that God already knew who you were going to be, but just giving you time to catch up so that you can walk in full alignment of that person that God has called you to be. It's awakening us to serious thought, because if we would have never been in this particular situation, many of us would have never had the moment to stop and think, what's next? Many of us would have never had the time to stop and think, what plan, or what's my purpose, or what should I be challenging or channeling in the season to come. It really gives us a focal point on who we are becoming. And many of us haven't been in this terrible situation. We wouldn't have never found out who is for us and who is not for us. You know, times when I need somebody to talk to, but everybody doing their own thing. So I ain't got nobody to talk to. Everybody doing their own thing. Nobody worrying about me. Nobody want to hear what I got to say. But I'm always making myself available for everyone else. Yes, I know everybody know the whining moments that we all go through. But this is a defining moment. It helps you to not throw an emotional pity party, but this is one that is helping us to rediscover who we are in this season. If we never would have been, perhaps for many of us, laid off of our jobs, we would have never been able to step in our purpose of entrepreneurship. We would have never been able to step in our purpose in writing that book that we always wanted to write. So there are advantages that we need to take hold of in our current affliction season. There are advantages in this thing for you. That's why it's so important for us to keep our mind so focused on God in this season that we won't be able to allow the negative thoughts to ponder or come upon us about what we don't have, what we can't do, and what we cannot accomplish in this season. For many of us, we would still be asleep if the affliction that arose in our lives did not shake us. Yes, it hurts a little bit. It hurts. Many of us, it hurts a lot. But we need to be shaken. You know, we need to be uprooted from that portion of complacency, that chain that has been, you know, that chain of fear that has been keeping us bound. We need to be shaken loose from those things. And if it hadn't been for this affliction or this pandemic moment or whatever you want to call this season in your life, if it hadn't been for this season, many of us would not have been able to step into who we are called to be in this season. For me, I have been very busy. I work a full-time job. However, during this pandemic, I've been home because I've been homeschooling my 3 children. And for me, it has been one of a challenging time because to have all 3 of them who are on 3 different levels in the household at one time, and I'm just all over the place trying to be of help to each one of them as much as I know how. And sometimes you get to a place where you just feel like, man, this is a bit overwhelming. This is just too much for me because it's a new space for me. It's a new place that I've never been. But it is in those places where it helps me to grab hold to patience. It helped me to grab hold to understanding. It helps me to lend my ear a little bit more, to listen and not always having to, know the answer. It puts me in a place where it was not comfortable for me, but it was a place that I was able to learn some things that I didn't know prior. And that was to be embedded in patience, because 3 kids on 3 levels, all in your ear, you be like, listen, hush, I don't want to hear nothing else. Just let me be. But God has placed me in this place for this, this very time, so that I can grab hold of that gift of patience, that I can, cultivate that fruit of patience in this hour. So I'm very grateful in all different aspects. I've been building websites. That's something I've never done. I've finished my book. That's something that has been on hold for almost a year and a half now. So I have been productive in this hour, even though it seemed as if I don't have what I need. I don't have the sufficient funds. I don't have the help that I want. But in this hour, I must say that I have seen God's hand through it all. I mean, through the times of darkness, through the times where I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, I have literally seen God's hand move. And one of the reasons why I have been so active at seeing his hand move is because I've been seeking him like never before. I've always, had a prayer life. Yes, I always prayed on the go. I always prayed, during situations, but to get back to that place of my first love, of falling on my face for hours, just basking in the presence of the Lord, is a place that I had to get back to, that I had no time for. So this season of affliction, this season of uncertainty, this season of unassurance has really revived me. And I wanted to come on to talk about that, because for some of you, you are in, you're probably in a space where I don't know where to go from here. You're probably in a space of, I can't even try to figure out what's next for me, because this particular space, it hurts so bad. This affliction, it's messing with my finances, it's messing with my word, it's messing with my mind. But I just wanted to come on here and inform you that affliction for us is sometimes as a school to the people of God, in which we learn of our duties and our privileges and our responsibilities. We begin to see things through the lenses in which we hadn't always seen them prior to. We begin to see not so much through our natural eyes, but more so through our spiritual eyes. I mean, this thing has really humbled me to the place where I'm really cultivating, I'm really walking in this thing of wisdom and understanding. And I'm just so I want to say excited. I am indeed excited about what God is doing in this season. And this is just, a testament just to encourage someone that, perhaps is at a place where they want to throw in a towel, at a place where they just not feeling this thing. Like, you about to literally lose it. Like, I'm in the house all day. Like, these kids running me crazy. Like, I want you to be productive even in that time. Let that affliction, help birth something out of you in this season. Help to deliver something that you perhaps didn't know what was in you. Help it stir up whatever it is that's on the inside of you. I want for you, my queen, in this hour to stay woke in this hour. I want you to stay woke. Don't fall asleep. Don't think that this is the season where you just let your guard down, because this is not the season where you let your guard down, but this is the season where you begin to store up, that you begin to get much wisdom, you begin to get insight, you begin to get revelation, so that in due season, when it's time to harvest, you will harvest bountifully. You won't just harvest a little, but you'll be able to harvest a lot. I want to share this as I wrote this particular devotional, and it says, life is a changing scene of profitable highs and discomforting lows. It is the altar of our reality and the shatter to our dreams. When we are not good stewards over our ever-changing seasons, whether it be one of loss or one of gain, we miss the opportunity of elevation and forfeit the lesson that was created to aid us with future endeavors. This season that we are in, this time, this moment, it is the one that is here to help us, to aid us for our future endeavors. It's here to assist us. It's here to bring light to that dark place. It's here to edify us where we were uneducated in a place. It's here to help us with our future endeavors, whatever that may be for you. Just because a moment does not feel normal doesn't mean that it's not normal. Just because this season that you are in, just because it don't seem like the norm for you, doesn't mean that it's not normal. We are being introduced to our new normal. You see, normality is the behavior in which society views as the popular choice of being accepted. But on the contrary, it's the chain that keeps us stagnant and limited in our achievements. Normal just keeps us stagnant. Normal just keeps us to a place where it's okay it's a place where society accepts us. But when we are believers and we are followers of Christ, sometimes society is not going to accept us. Sometimes it means stepping out of the boat. Sometimes it means, building when no one understands. Sometimes it means, just going the extra mile of touching the hem of God's garment in a place where I know I'm not supposed to be, in a place where I know it's going to cause confusion. Normal for us is that place that keeps us stagnant because we want to be so much accepted by society that we're willing to do everything that society says is normal. But I want to challenge you, Queen, in this hour to step outside of that boat, to leave normal where it is, to leave that place of normalcy and step into that place of extraordinary, to step into that place where you are the exception to the rule, where you are not limited by in your achievements because of what society has stated. Normal teaches us that it's okay to stay inside the boat. It teaches us that it's okay if mommy didn't achieve it, if daddy didn't achieve it, then it's okay for you not to achieve it. Not so, Queen. Not so. Not in this hour, not in this moment, not in this time. It is imperative that you be able to achieve, that you step out of that boat by all means, by any means necessary. If someone doesn't want to step out with you, so be it. You cannot force people to walk on water with you. You cannot force people to help you break generational curses. That's why when God created you, he created you with no insight from other people. He knew what you would be able to task in this season. He knew what you would be able to accomplish in this season. He knew exactly what he needed for you to do because he embedded that in you when he created you. So don't limit your achievements by, staying in the boat, by, doing what society says is normal. We have to understand that normality diminishes our God instilled power and it replaces it with fear. So we cannot allow fear to rule us in this hour, but we have to be so much consumed with the things of God that we become purpose pursuers, that we begin to pursue our purpose by any means necessary. We have to understand that we cannot allow our feelings of normalcy to make decisions for us during our season of uncertainty. We must embrace each season and take everything you can. Listen, take everything you can from this moment. Whatever it is, take it in, because in due season, it will become the opportunity that is going to create a lasting harvest. Queen, it's important for you to stay woke in this season. We cannot allow ourselves to remain asleep because it does not feel normal. Step out of the normal. Step into that place of extraordinary. Step into that place that is not so comfortable. Step into that place of boldness so that you can rise and become the queen that you were created to be in this season. I can't express this to you anymore. Queen, there is an advantage in your affliction. So I want you to take full advantage of this moment of afflictions, this moment of uncertainty, this moment of we just don't know. I want you to take full advantage of it. Because this is the moment, this is the opportunity that is going to create lasting memories, and you're going to be able to harvest from this moment. If you do not faint, if you do not get weak, if you do not grow weary. Queen, I want to encourage you in this moment to take advantage of the afflictions. You're not going to die. You're going to rise. You're not going to stay stagnant. You're going to rise. You're not going to stay fearful. You're going to rise. How you know I'm going to rise, Lady La? How you know that I'm not going to remain fearful? Because I am your purpose coach. And I'm going to help you to pull everything that's within you out of you so that you can be the queen that you were called to be. I'm going to help you to discover that queen that is on the inside of you. So with that being said, I'm going to close here, but I just wanted to encourage you that in this hour that it seems as if we can't take advantage, this is the hour to take advantage. Take advantage of those afflictions. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it don't feel good. Yes, it might seem ugly. Yeah, it might look ugly. But this too will pass. This is not meant to stay. This is not meant to drown you out. But this moment is for a moment where you can take everything you can in, and you will be able to rise. This is your girl, Lady La, signing out with another motivational moment, here to encourage you that yes, your crown, it may tilt a little bit, but it will not fall off. Do I need to say it again? Your crown, it may tilt a little bit, but it will not fall off. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. Until next time, love you.